Morning everyone, and welcome to today's analysis on the 8th of September. And unfortunately, a little bit more downside on crypto has caused some headaches for some people. So let's jump right into the crypto charts and let's see what's happened. On the Bitcoin weekly chart, you can see that it was unable to retest the 21 moving average. Even as you can see, my arrow is pointed downwards. I was expecting a little bit more upside, sort of to the $27,000, $28,000 area. Before finally hitting this target down there. So for now, I'm just going to extend this just to clean up my chart. I'm still expecting a little bit of downside. However, there is some good news that I can see. For example, there is a small divergence here. So there's a lower low close on the RSI on the weekly scale. And then there's a higher low on the RSI. So there is looking like there is a little bit of positiveness. So this could potentially be some sort of a double bottom. If you are going to dollar cost average in, this is a good time to start dollar cost averaging. Just to make sure you don't miss this area, because it can bump up quite quickly. On the daily scale, you can see that we've now fallen out of this flag formation, and we are on our way down to this target on 14,000. On the very low time frames, there is divergence forming. So quite frankly, it's not really looking like it just wants to go down just yet, but it is difficult to do a counter trend trade in this case. XRP on the weekly scale is looking a little bit worse in my opinion. At this moment, after this big drop, it seems to be forming some sort of a triangle. And if this triangle plays out, the likelihood of further downside is quite high. It hasn't even come close to the 21 moving average, so it's much weaker than Bitcoin was. Just something to keep your eye on. On the daily scale, you can see it's now clearly in this triangle. So maybe if there is a little bit of upside maybe down to 37 cents, and then further downside possibly, or hopefully we can break out and up and away. In the leverage short positions, you can see that every time I've made these little arrows to show that whenever the leverage short positions goes, that there's too many shorts, you get a bit of a bump up. You can see some of these moves are pretty hectic. Last little leg down that we've seen, we've had a lot of build up of shorts, and it hasn't yet had any proper move upwards. So from that perspective, I've taken this sort of red line here to say we are in this zone now. We've moved down a lot, and we can see that we have really built up the short position. So a short squeeze up, which could be quite violent, is something that I'm looking at the moment. You can see the S&P cycles are still pointing down, this trough over here. You can see that it's now been rejected and come down below the 21 moving average, and is now so see this is a little bit of an overshoot for now, similar to this situation over there, and now we are moving downwards. A little bit of positive news is that the US dollar has hit its target. In my mind, people are calling for slightly higher prices on the US dollar, but for now we are within the range 110, 111. And you can see on the weekly scale, it's now forming a shooting star type of candle. So you can also see that with these wicks to the upside, you can also see there's a little bit of a divergence. So really a pullback on the US dollar, maybe down to the 105 area, that would really give us the a push we need. That could be the catalyst for the short squeeze in crypto. Could get the stock market a little bit upwards, either before further downside, or maybe the down leg is now finally over. Who knows? But for now, I see that we should have all eyes on the US dollar and the Dixie to see if it's gonna turn around. And a turnaround in the Dixie now would be quite helpful. In my personal position, I'm still in I'm actually in a 60-40 position in my crypto. I have bought some Bitcoin to keep my for long-term holdings, so dollar cost averaging in, and I'm going to keep on buying as the prices fall. So if Bitcoin goes down to 14 or 12k, I would probably double up on my position. and I would probably go into 80% of my crypto holdings. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and let's see you on the next one.